Good afternoon. It is match day 2 of the Champions League for Juventus. Super pumped at the same time. This may be the hardest go possibly of the season. So a bit of apprehension. How do you guys feel? I threw down. I don't know what I was feeling, but I threw down 1-1 in the Discord. Speaking of which, guys, before we get underway, please hit the like, subscribe. And when you do that, and you can scroll down the description, you see all the links to get into the Twitter, X, whatever, Instagram, and that Discord. Discord's really where we keep the conversation going. It's our little community. It's good. It's good stuff. So German Dave, the one time playing the German team, he's off doing German business things. He may make it. Bash might come in later. No promises. Life's getting in the way for those guys. If a deal's falling through, he's going to try to recover it. Dash, he always comes in about maybe another hour and a half from now. Regardless, until then, you got me going solo. Of course, with you guys. So please enter in the chat, get involved, and let me know how you feel about today's game. RB Leipzig. I was honestly hoping for German Dave to be here because he's got a better understanding of the German league, obviously. But that's all right. It's all right. We'll get into it. And, my rush to get on here, these weekday games, as everyone knows, and I'm sure for you guys as well, trying to catch up, get in here off work, whatever you're doing, midweek on a Wednesday. My coffee is sitting right there. So give me a second. I'm going to grab it. How could I go on doing this after work special without, of course, my coffee in my Juve mug? Let's get into the lineups. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to recap already what happened. Ooh, that is not. There we go. This is what you want to see. So, Feyenoord beaten Girona today, 3-2. Atlanta beaten Shakhtar Donetsk, 3-0. I thought that one would be a little bit closer, but no. I guess Atlanta took care of that one. Yesterday, Brest still kind of showing what they have. 4-0 to Salzburg, 1-1 Stuttgart and Sparta Prague. Arsenal beaten PSG 2-0. Ooh, yeah, that hurts for PSG. Still, traditionally that's PSG's game. But Arsenal win that one. Barcelona 5-0 over Young Boys. Leverkusen 1-0 over Milan. Another big game here. Dortmund pounding Celtic 7-1. Inter 4-0 to Red Star Belgrade. Eindhoven and Sporting 1-1. And Man City taking Slovan Bratislava 4-0. So that's a quick recap of that. Of course, there are still, 7 more games today. Yep. But let's click into the one that matters. RB Leipzig versus Juventus. Starting in just a few moments. So, starting lineup. We have a classic 4-4-2 by Leipzig here. We got Gulaschi in net. Rom, Lukeba, Orban, and Gertruida in the back four. Midfield of Simmons, Haidara, Seiwald, and Baumgartner. And up front, Openda and Sesko. Pretty decent team, decent lineup. This one's going to be tough. They've changed to 4-4-2. They're looking for some solidarity in the back line and in the midfield. I think they're going to make it real tough. They're going to make it real tough for us. We'll see. We'll see if we can break this down. If they low block, that's what the scouting report is going to tell them. Put in a low block and maybe try to snatch something on a counterattack. 4-4-2 counterattack. It's definitely a thing. Let's see if they have what it takes. They got, Simmons there. This guy's a stud. He's going to be somebody to watch out for sure. Even their top two, Openda, Sesko, they're going to be dangerous. We're hoping for some solidarity. You got Savona, the young kid there in the right back. that's going to have to take on Simmons. So let's get on to Juve's lineup here. Di Gregorio making the start, getting arrested midweek or on the weekend, sorry. Cambiasso taking that left side with Kalulu and Bremer centrally. So this is a bit of, I guess, a bit of a debate. So initially, we were looking like Kalulu on the right side and Gatti going in with Bremer, which I would have been perfectly okay with, honestly. Why we switched with that and went with Savona, 21-year-old just coming up from the next gen, making his first few appearances here. He's switching it up, right? Is it rotation, some tiredness? I don't know. But McKennie up in the midfield getting the start with the pivot of Fagioli. He's preferred over Locatelli today. And Thuram. McKennie obviously over Dougie. I don't know. I don't know if that's her best lineup personally. Rotation. I get it. I'm just not 100% sure about it, but we'll go here in the top strike or attacking three, of Yildiz, Coop Miners in the center, and Gonzalez out right. Vlahovic, lone striker up top. It looks like we're set up to maybe make some forward runs to try to break that potential low block. It's going to be congested regardless. 4-4-2, it's going to be congested. It's going to be frustrating, perhaps, unless Juve are able to find that space. And of course, the 4-4-2 Leipzig, they're going to try to counterattack any space that we give them. And I'm definitely going to say their left side. Simmons going up against Savona. Gonzalez, Fagioli, they can support, but that's where I'm watching out for. Not to discount their right side either with Sesko, Baumgartner. It'll just be interesting. It's going to be tactical, very tactical. Marco Rose, the coach there. Thiago Motta, sorry, getting corrected with my pronunciations. But yeah, it will be a European night. Let's say that. I don't think there's going to be any blowout. They're gonna exchange blows, punch for punch. I have a feeling today that we might actually concede. We did concede. Only goal conceded so far this season, mind you, was against PSV in the Champions League a couple of weeks back. It's just a different ball game in Europe. We've seen some tight games. We've seen some blowouts. Now, yeah, if we look here. Okay, so the betting line's a lot more even here. Juve's favor, actually. 2.4 for Leipzig, 3-3 tie, and a 3.0 for Juve. Yeah, it's pretty tight in those betting lines if you want to pay attention to that. If I just go to Google, I saw some different lines. Yeah, okay. So 38.9 Leipzig, 32.4 Juve. Tight. Obviously, Leipzig, home, Red Bull Arena. They definitely have that advantage being at home. Overall, you could probably say Juve is a better team on paper. They're less drilled, much newer team, new coach, new philosophy, all that jazz. And Vlahovic, of course, always being talked about. Does he have what it takes to be that killer striker that we all want and need and desire? So stream coming online for me here. We have the tunnel. It's time to go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes till kickoff. Haven't even had a sip yet of my coffee. There we go. Got to get it into me. And who do I have joining? I have the old man, the puppy in the background. They're both black dogs. You're not going to see them hiding into the shadows there. But maybe we'll get some puppy appearances throughout the stream. All right, so now that we are entering the stadium, these German crowds, oh my, it's going to be intense. It's going to be really intense today. Atmosphere through the roof. The Tifosi with the banners already. That's a massive banner. That is absolutely huge. They're out in force today. They're going to be rooting on, definitely giving that advantage to Leipzig. That could be the edge. Juve playing a game behind closed doors last weekend. Genoa, they're just the shenanigans with Sampdoria the match before, just causing a shutdown of the stadium to fans. So completely different atmosphere to what we saw on Saturday. Does that go for or against us? I don't know. Very, very cool training kits, I got to say now. Gold, yellowish gold. Third kit today. The sold out kit, number 3. All right, people are starting to roll in. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, get into the chat. Get into the predictions. We have a separate predictions as well in the Discord. I'll toss up the Discord QR code. Also link in the description. So if you put your prediction for Champions Leagues, I'll tally that and get a prize for the end of the season. Our fantasy pool obviously already underway. That's for a regular season. So we're kind of splitting things up, giving a couple different opportunities to get in on the game. So there's the anthem, shaking the hands, moments away. All right. While we're here waiting for the classic handshakes, get into position, last few instructions by the coaching staff. We will look here. Bench, that's what I'm looking for. So the bench, they got Gabel, Van der Wurtz, Heinrichs, Bichiabu, Klosterman, Viermerin, Silva, Nusa, Elmash, and Poulsen. Our bunch longer by 1. Pinsoli, Perin, Danilo, Gatti, Ruhi, Cabal, Luiz, Thuram, Locatelli, Conceição, Bengula. In terms of injuries, they have Uadrago. Oh man, sorry about this. Uadrarogo, Kompel, and Schlager. We got Weah, Adrits, and Milik. Milik apparently going through another meniscus surgery today. That came out of nowhere. Absolutely came out of nowhere. Okay, let's get the time going. I can't believe this. These Wednesdays, these midweek games always throw me off a little bit, right? The vibe is a little bit unsettled, if you will. I don't know if you feel the same way with those midweek European games. But since we're at it, get this time going. Sync up at 15 seconds, so I'll put that up on the board right now. Okay, 15 seconds there. It is 3 p.m. local time, 9 o'clock Europe. Let's get this ball rolling. Just had a little Heineken commercial in there, of course. All right, so Dusan looking serious. Openda making his way to the halfway mark there on the dot. Very serious looks today. Teams are lined up. Whites for the Leipzig, blues for the Juve. Drums going off in the Cordova. So Leipzig will kick off, start the match, and here we go. Match day 2 underway. A few seconds here, we get the sync. Okay, we are now synced up. Here we go. Back to the game. So Juve winning the ball back in the midfield. That's what we're going to be looking to do today. Definitely have to win that midfield, even though they're going 4 across. I mean, we're effectively going right through the midfield as well, stacking up in there. Slightly different way of doing so, but it's definitely going to be the name of the game today. Kalulu and Napenda already battling. He did keep it in. Already the early battles. It looked like a little bit of a tug there, Napenda as well. He gets up, no call. And here is even the commentators today saying Savona is a bit of a surprise to start. Di Gregorio doing well under pressure to push it out. Slow on the right, Savona bringing it back. Kalulu with it. Don't know how much of an offensive threat we will get from Savona today. Imagine he's just going to be told, keep it simple, keep it defensive, lock down their left side, just have a solid game in there. Cambiaso, however, on the left side, he's likely to step up a lot more, get involved. Here we are now. McKennie with it, getting it through the midfield, up to Coop. Little chip to Yield is on the left side. Dribbles it forward, kicks it through. Not enough on it. Cambiaso with the overlap. Doesn't get to the ball, but it is a throw-in. Taken quick enough. Going to cycle along the backside now. Kalulu kind of taking that central ball playing role. In the back line, that would be. Cute little passes, trying to open them up. Savona's giving it on the right. Nice little pass under pressure. Here's Nico finding some space up to Dusan. Dinks it into Coop. He's got the right side, goes for a cross, keeps it in from going out. He's going to cross again. Head up, not enough on it. Decent first looks, not deadly though. Oh, and Bremer kind of shoved down. That's dangerous. Caught out by Kalulu. Almost directs it into the net, and it goes out. Bremer, however, I don't know if he's injured or just got completely dummied. He fell down on his knee. He's going to... I hope he's just playing that up. I'm not sure. But that was a dangerous first look. Bremer making a mistake. He's still down. This could be bad if Bremer's down. This is not something we're used to, seeing Bremer injured. He's a stalwart. He's a beast. But when he goes down, there's that... Oh, yeah, he looks like he's in a lot of pain. Ooh, that's not good. Man. Gatti, yeah. Gatti's going to be coming on here. This is a concern. 4 minutes. This is big. Man. Very anxious. Alpenda, now... Yeah, I mean, he did stop playing the ball to do the shove. It wasn't the cleanest. It was... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, Bremer went down very easily. But at the same time, Openda purposely stopped chasing the ball to make that check into Bremer. Yeah, it's definitely his knee. He's moving it. He's getting on his feet. Yeah, I don't know. Gatti's doing his laces. He's ready to come on. No. No, Bremer's in a bad way. No, he's done. Oh, this is a horrible start. Gatti, though. I have a feeling Bremer was supposed to play the 90 and Gatti was coming on for Kalulu, so this changes things up a bit. The only thing we have to hope now is that this is not a long-term injury. He's being helped up. Human crutch going on here. He's wincing. He's in a lot of pain. It didn't look like much. Gatti taking the armband now off of Bremer, and man, just sunken feeling, right? It's corner as well now from Leipzig. Simmons taking it. Here it is. Oh, still dangerous, lands, but wasted opportunity. Goal kick. Yeah, Suave is right here. Bremer wouldn't allow somebody to help him walk off if it wasn't serious. But, like, did he twist it on his way down? Like, did he go down on it funny? It looked like he came straight down on it, which hurts, of course, but typically doesn't cause, like, on grass like that, doesn't cause a serious injury. But he is a big dude. Svona getting good airtime on that to win the header. See how the dynamic changes now. So early on, too, right? The game barely even started. Almost exactly 4 minutes. Cheryl saying, careful on this field, boys. Is the RB Arena known to have a bad pitch? How's it compared to the Olympico? Regardless, the show must go on here, and the German crowd is just jumping, like literally just jumping. Good atmosphere. Okay, Churro sings Doosan scores the next one. Yeah, at this point, I want to dominate. I don't want defense to be an issue. And here's Gatti already. Is that not a foul? No. Gatti stepping up on the play, though. That's the one thing I love about Gatti, but we also have to be careful for it, right? Like, the whole dynamic with having Bremer on the field with either Gatti, Kalulu, anybody else, essentially in our lineup, is Bremer's that stalwart, where our other center backs are a little more forward thinking. But nice pass here, Vlahovic. You got Coop on the left. There it is. There's the pass, crossing in low, slides in, doesn't get it, and free kick for Leipzig. So my screen, the feed tonight is bad from DAZN. Not gonna lie, it went blurry on me. Here's the replay though. Oh, yeah. So Vlahovic sliding in, but gets the inside leg of the defender, and that's definitely an offensive foul there. Yeah, that's RB's ball. He's even getting talking to as well. You could make a call. I mean, he was attacking the ball right at the end of the day, so you don't want to give a card, but at the same time, you do have to be careful there. So RB very slow to start this one off. Bring it out from the back. Galacho starting it. Give him back to him now. Trying the left side. And the stretch ball is going straight to Di Gregorio. Not a very good feeling early on by Leipzig in terms of the positivity that they're going to play today. And Nico's on the ground. Oh, man. He's holding his thigh. Like, there's no contact, nothing there. He just goes down. Gotti's out there telling him to man up and let's go. Like, come on. Was training too hard yesterday? And here is Conceição getting ready now. These are supposed to be the impact subs that you put in after an hour, 70 minutes. We're throwing them right in the first 10 minutes. What is going on? This is something different. J Medical. The J Medical jokes are coming out now. Waiting for it. Chico did get ready, though. I'll give him that much. Oh, he is still putting his shin pads in. He's just done. I don't get it, man. Jesus, Gerald, he's saying Bean's betting on a loss. We're past that, aren't we? Game's back on though. It's shitty. It sucks for Juve fans right now. Not only because we had to make 2 changes within the first 10 minutes, taking off that late game impact, but how healthy are they going down the line? We got some big games coming up, congested schedule. We can't have guys just going down. This is the test of the season now, right? Just immediately gives talking points for after this game. Because once this game's done, we're concerned. But working left side Juve is now. A little give and go. Lots of congestion down there. They're going to try to open it up. Fajoli looking right, looking left. No space given. Very compact Leipzig team. Kenny just getting challenged and winning a throw. Do Juve change their tempo now as well? Slow things down, try to conserve some energy, knowing that the subs aren't necessarily there. Vlahovic, though, given the throw-in, miscontrol. But does get another throw in a little deeper now. Yeah, it's just so much congestion. Back out for a throw. Leipzig doing well just to stifle everything. The only positive thing about this with the early stops, the negative style of play from Leipzig, is that perhaps the crowd gets taken out of it a little bit. They get bored with it. They stop jumping around. What are the chances, though? The Tifosi will not stop. Leipzig puts it out for another throw-in. Juve having troubles making any progress. They're actually going back the other way down the field now. And these are the 2 best defenses in Europe at the moment. And currently we don't have our best defense going at it. We got a rookie and an early injury. And Bremer, huge, not known to be out for injuries at all. And he leaves at 4 minutes. Will that be the talking point? Will our rookie Savona impress? Deep ball. And RB get it back in. Oh, Sheshko's just got his pocket pick. Can be also bombing up the field. Coop. There's a bit of space down this counterattack. Space on the left as he go for it. He gives it to the right to Chico. Slows things down a little bit, but controlling the box. Back to Coop. Working on that right corner. Maybe thought a little bit too much on that attack. Scooped in, and there's a misfire by Dusan. Like just whiffed it to the point where it wasn't even going out of bounds. And RB dumped down the field all the way back to Di Gregorio. And that also gives a little insight to how Leipzig is playing today. They're happy enough just to get it out of danger, keep their defensive formation, and just continue to soak up a bit of pressure right now. They're waiting for a mistake by Juve, which, we have a young team right now. It's very possible. Coop directing, telling everyone to slow down a bit, which it's already all the way back to Savona. And I guess we're going to play the same style. We're just going to let them chase the ball a little bit here, which is fine if we have control. If we're in possession, we pass it, they have to chase. We continue to toy with them a little bit in the passing department. Gatti stepping up into the midfield. Donks it down to the right to Coop. What a pass. 1-on-1 here. Coop is held up. He's offside. Oh, no. Coop got a foul. He tugged the shirt. Yeah, there it is. Just held his man back. So too much contact there by Coop, but a beautiful pass by Gatti. What vision as well. Didn't rush it, but he didn't take his time either, which unfortunately is one of our problems. We take too much time. But Gatti doing well to find Coop, bombing down the right, opening up into that space. "17 minutes down." I don't know if this felt like a long one or a short one so far. There's been a few talking points already with the injuries. Dusan whiffing on it early on. Let's not forget that just happened as well. What would Dash say? What's he doing right now? Losing his mind over Vlahovic. Like, not even... It wasn't even a good whiff where he skied into the crowd. He just... It's like he farted on it. Leipzig with the control now. And they're gonna do the exact same thing. Kick it around. Try to maintain that ball possession, which has been heavily in Juve's favor at... Why is Juve the red team on FOTMob? That's confusing since Leipzig is the red team. Good job, FOTMob. But no, we have 71% of the possession right now. Color choices sometimes. Colors mean things. Long ball. Ooh, I don't know where that was going. Savona just headed it back up the field. Chico now, is on it. And he over dribbles himself, gets it back. And Chico's going to have to be careful. He coming off injury not too long ago. He's a small dude as well. He can get bossed around. If it turns into a physical game, he's going to get real tired if not injured himself. There's something that was said in the Leipzig presser. And now, unfortunately, and I'm sorry, I can't remember which player it was that mentioned it, but saying that basically Juve is a physical and dirty team. Savona trying a nice long cross into the box. It gets kicked out of the way from Rom, and that is out for a corner. I believe that is the first corner for Juve of the game. It is. So these are obviously chances now we have to make something happen, especially with this very compact defense. We want to potentially open something up on a set play. And here's Yildiz taking it on the right side. And it doesn't quite make it. Cambiasso recovers it and mispasses it out of bounds. Forcing it a little bit too much. He wasn't under that much pressure. Tried to pass it on the volley and just whiffs it to the left, gives it over. It's those kinds of mistakes, right? That you hope don't come to bite you in the ass. Those little moments. But Chico steals it, coming completely out of his position to collapse in, help out defensively. It actually looks like Chico is playing centrally and Coop is on the right. So Chico playing the 10. That makes sense why Coop was making right side runs. But now here's a counterattack. Leipzig, Openda with it. And that's stifled as well. And they bring it back to their midfield. No support on the counterattack is going to be what kills Leipzig today. With a 4-4-2, when you spring the counterattack, you really have to rely on your wide midfielders to really bomb up and create that space. Get your central guys moving up in there. Oh, and that's a nice through pass. Here's Simmons this time with it on the left. Two's holding him up. Savona and Fajoli. A bit of issues there. And whew, that was dangerous. Costello coming up on it. Just Simmons kind of just filling up everyone's hands with something to do. Savona and Fajoli can't clearly get it. Simmons with a nice little back heel. But Gatti at the end stepping into that space. It is a corner though. And Leipzig will have another chance at this. And that's what Simmons can do. Like I said, he's probably the one to watch out for this game. Rom takes it on the left side. Very far. Still up in the air. Cleared downfield. All the way down now. Galacci has it. Very different feeling tonight. Very tentative. I think both teams have fear for each other. I think that's what I smell the fear. And neither team playing super open. No overcommitment. Which as a result, the midfield, very congested. Both sides congested, trying to win the midfield. And that's a good game plan. That's what you want to do. It's just nobody can win it right now. So the chess match is really settling in that midfield, that tactical genius between the two coaches. Who comes out on top? That it might be that already Motta on backhand having to make those two subs. Advantage Leipzig in that regard. Home field advantage. But here's the press right now. Leipzig getting pressed all the way back. Dusan even just like diving forward into the goal kick. And is there another injury now? Is that Simmons on the ground? It was clean regardless. That was Gatti, just the brute force, and Fajoli's going to kick it out of bounds. And Simmons in clear pain, laid out in the midfield. Might be soft tissue. That's his guts he's holding. Oh, that was just Gatti's hand. There's not that much there. He just got dummied. Simmons coming for the high ball. Try to win it. Try to break the defense. And Gatti was stopping forward. He basically just put his body in the way. Yeah, Simmons is fine. He's just a bit of a bitch. Like, if Americans were watching this right now, they'd be complaining about why soccer is a bunch of bitches. And this is where their argument becomes true. Yeah, stop crying over it, man. There's still a whole game to play here. It's only 25 minutes in. Let's go. Save the crying till afterwards. So, of course, the throw and given straight back to Di Gregorio, as it was Fajoli that did stop the play for everyone. So, play it out from the back. Quick pass up the left, though. McKennie. Fajoli. Right side now. We got Savona. We got Chico on the right. Brings back. Gatti doing well, though, since he's come on. Both offensively and defensively. Oh, and that was a miss pass, unfortunately. Dusan, again, trying to flick it on. Save it for later, guys. Save that for later. Save it for Dash when he comes on and wants to cry a little bit. We will be going live tomorrow. So everyone's schedule getting funny. So Dave's going to be able to hopefully show up today. He can get out of work. Dusan winning that ball now. Out wide to Chico. He's got Coop. Where does he go? He's dribbling in. He gets it stolen. And what a huge slide in by Gat. He's stopping that counterattack, getting up high in the field and saying, nope, it's still our turn. So Juve keep it. So yeah, Dave should be showing up, but then he's pretty much busy for the whole weekend. We don't have Dash today. Dash is busy. So tomorrow will be me and Dash. I might be temperamental on Saturday night. So that's the call-in show. I'm going to need help from you guys calling in. Sunday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be an early one. I'll be here. Drinking coffee out of the same coffee mug. Oh, nice little kick into the McKenny. Brings it wide again, though. Cambiaso. Kalulu. Let's switch it up. Savona on the right now. There's Coop. Nice little pass and play. Chico brings back centrally to Coop. He's taken from long range, and it sails over. Still searching for it. One of these days, those will go in. Not today. Not yet, anyways. And that's what you want from a profile like Coop. When things are really locked down low, you want to start putting threats in long range as well, letting them know that they need to open it up a little bit. They have to defend higher up the line, or there will be long range shots coming in. Another win back from Juve, but it doesn't quite work out. No, I thought there was something happening there. Coop getting a foul again, stepping into it. Just getting his leg across. Took too much of the body there. It was, very, very interesting by Leipzig again. They have a chance to launch a counterattack, and they back out of it. I don't know if it's just patience, fear. Juve, even though they haven't looked the brightest today, they're somehow the more positive team right now. It's very interesting, very tentative game. Nobody knows when Milk will return at this point because he just had another surgery. It's completely up in the air. No idea. So the latest is that after further clinical assessment, they'll have a timeline. Mac, nice. He wins it back. There's some space now. What do we get? Yield to step in, brings it back to Coop. Doesn't make it. Fajoli. Oh, and a little flick on by Dusan. Gets it on target. A bit non-committal, which caused a bouncing ball in the box that did eventually make it on. Oh, what a pass in. And RB launches the counterattack on that and puts it right into the top ceiling of the net. That happened so quick. Wow. So Yildiz, okay, so he went to shoot it or pass it. Galacci gets the save. So from the left back all the way down to Openda, he cuts back, and what a through cross. Wow. The duo. I mean, that was just a beautiful play altogether. You want to be mad at it because it's against your team. But that was a hell of a play. Wow, when you have guys that are that clinical, you don't need to create a lot of chances, don't you? That's wild. So 31 minutes in, and Leipzig get the lead. Man, and Savona gives it up deep again. Simmons with it. Gregorio keeps it in. They gotta, try to get one back in before the half. They gotta stop playing around. They gotta break that defensive line, which of course now is going to be that much harder. Got to keep on grinding it out. Hope that maybe, because it comes a little bit earlier in the game, that Leipzig gets complacent. It's nothing you rely on, though. You got to take the game to them. Cut out there from Fajoli. Can't stay on it, though. Openda on the ground now. But right now it's a counterattack from Juve. Vlahovic. Coop can't control. Back now the other way. Players still down on the field. And yeah, Šeško's just going to play that out. What do we have here? He's getting up. So Penda. Slower back? It's Kalulu with no Penda coming to it. There's obviously contact. He must have just tweaked his back. He was down for a long time, though, for having tweaked back. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Interesting one. Back and play in any case. I almost feel they're just playing it up, slowing things down. Yeah. Jean Elias Yamin is saying, great goal, nothing much to say. Yeah, I kind of shuts you up a little bit, doesn't it? That's one for the highlight reels. And another Leipzig player down. Baumgartner now. Come on, guys. Now I hope this doesn't turn into trash ball. Yeah, because you got a hand in your face. Who cares? There's nothing to cry about. Are we watching a German team or a Spanish team right now? Boy Ansing, it's a curse game. Yeah, maybe the way it started already. But I'm really not liking how it's like I'm watching a park the bus Italian team acting like a bunch of Spaniards. I thought we were watching a German team. Like, let's go. Let's go. Stop crying about it. Get a hand in your face. My Lord. Like, I don't want to see replays of how well Leipzig's doing when one of their players is on the ground acting like a complete little bitch. I'm sorry. It rubs off the wrong way, right? Like, let's slap him on the other side of the face. Tell him to suck it up and let's go. Is he walking off? He literally just got a hand to the face. My God. I want a bunch of Yanks to come on and start making fun of the game right now because that's embarrassing. Yes, I play contact sports. I can yell at these guys for being bitches. Absolutely. But the game is under, and RB tries another counterattack. It gets stolen. There's Mac again, coming up big today. Defensively, that is. Holding that midfield. Let's get some magic going. Another stoppage in play. Imagine a few minutes. Savona taken down now. No, that's sorry, that was Conceição. And Rom saying, oh, he dove. I think you should just look at what the 5-minute stoppage we just had because somebody got slapped. Shot up there, Rom. Oh, Mac now on the left side to Yildiz. He's another little pass to McKinney. He crosses in. There's some space. Vlahovic whiffs on it though. And he's gonna call for a penalty. He's holding his ankle. I think it's getting looked at. I didn't see anything on the quick play. The replay might tell something different. So Matt crosses it in. So Costello comes in for a challenge. Ooh, yeah, that's a high cleat. That's a penalty. Ooh, that could even be a card. Yeah, that was cleats down on the ankle. I think you have to call that one. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't think it's a thing. I know that has to be a call. It shouldn't be that long. It's play on. The fuck? How is anybody else speechless with that? Like, how was that not a call? I'm not a penalty merchant by any means. I like open play goals. But I mean, the rules are the rules, no? Oh, Gatti giving it away. Trying to get Di Gregorio out of position. Going long, but no chance on that one. Okay, so yeah, this maybe Bowen, you are right. Maybe this is a curse game. Things are not going our way. Let's see what happens now. Let's get some anger going. Savona with room on the right. Crossing in, deflection, and it goes straight to Galacci. Chiro just yelling Chefrin. Yeah. I don't know how that's not a call. I don't know. I don't know, man. Sometimes you just gotta shake your head and be like, I don't know. RS saying it's gonna be tough on counterattacks. Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be tough all day. It's never gonna be easy. But when the injury gods are against you, when the VAR is against you, when they get just like, 1 in 1,000 counterattack opportunity like that, things are going against you. Openda now, one of the fake injuries, crossing it in. And Chico doing well, winning it. Yeah, cry some more. Is that Rom, the guy that was bitching about the talking? Because now he's doing too much talking. Another missed pass in the midfield. Doesn't get to Coop. Here's another counterattack. A bit of a scramble. Sheshko. Simmons with it now. He's working it. Out wide. Scooped in. And that one just bobbled to Di Gregorio. Kind of awkwardly. That could have been dangerous if it fell funny. Evie might be a little rattled as well now. And I mean, can't really blame him. But they got to shake it off. 5 minutes left of the half. Di Gregorio going long with it. Vlahovic gets it all the way back to Kalulu. Kenny winning the ball back again. Doing well. He's having a good game. Savona has the ball again. He's getting a lot of touches. Shows that there's some faith in this and having him on the back line there, working the system. So no real push. You know, Juve controlling it, not getting pressure to play the ball, but the line is high enough that they're kind of just stuck there in the defensive phase. Now they're moving it finally into the midfield a bit, but very tentative. just blocking in the midfield as well at this point. So they got to open this up. You got to get creative. Kalulu stepping up. Okay, now we're working it. Mac looking wide to Chico. There's the switch of played. Savona overlaps. So they finally get it deep now. Fajoli scooping it in, but that's headed out. And plays nicely. It's a one-on-one. Gatti's going to get on it, though, thankfully. A counterattack looks pretty well drilled by Leipzig. They're definitely taking opportunistic approaches to this match. Lulu again. Fajoli. Another scoop in and headed up. It lands funny. Coop wins it. And the ball. Oh, and Chico's taken out again. Right on the dot. Oh, if he's injured. Oh, my boy. He's holding his ankle. This is rough. That was a heavy impact as well. He's walking it off. I think he's going to be okay. Grimacing. Fajoli with a nice cross in. So Coop Miners at the end of the day was offside. Okay, so Chico, it was follow through. He actually skimmed the ball and hit the defender's shin. So, no foul or anything, but it's just concerning the injury situation right now. Like, who do you put in? Bangula at that point? And they can't win the ball back in the midfield. And McKenny, I think he got the ball. He slide tackled from behind, but I don't think he's getting a card. But definitely losing the ball. Yeah, he had to wrap around it. I mean, it is a foul. Decent position, though, for a free kick. I mean, that was most of the calls have been pretty fair. It's just that high cleat on Vlahovic. I just don't know how that wasn't called. I don't know. That, of course, would have changed so much. We have Rom and Siemens over the ball. Medium to long range for the shot. Yeah, say more of a long range. Let's see if they go direct or no, not quite. They go to the left and pretty flaccid that attack. Now, Yield is just getting bodied off of it. They're double teaming him, winning it back now in the midfield, and Leipzig come back. Seshko. Openda has it now, and McKenny does get it back. A little miscommunication there with Vlahovic, who's coming back defensively. Almost messed McKenny up and, took away his outlet. Fajoli maintaining control in the midfield, doing well, taking on the challenges. McKenny has to slow up. That was another dangerous slide there from Leipzig in behind. Not enough contact for anything to happen, though, but bad luck. Chico getting bowled over again from behind. They're definitely playing rough. And Gatti's pissed. He lunges in cleanly, but says, not in my house. You want to play rough? I'll show you. I'm a goddamn bricklayer. Jolie, lots of space, essentially. My stream has shot the bed. And I guess I'm assuming that was a save, or was it out? I don't know. My stream stuttered. But no goal. Regardless, good long-range attack from Pajoli. I'm getting the replay now, at least. Just dribbled wide. Gio from Juve Cornercast coming in. He's super pissed that Bremer got injured. Yeah, we were all super pissed. Anyways, what's going on? Well, you can see we're pissed. More so non-calls, couple non-calls, couple injuries. Yeah, frustrating afternoon so far. 7. I didn't expect 7 extra minutes. All right. Well, going to the 52nd minute at least now. I mean, if we weren't play acting injuries, we wouldn't be in the situation. Good by Juve to win back in the midfield. Can we get something with these 7 minutes? 5.5 left now. Take advantage of the stoppage time, why don't we? Short passing down low, fed to Chico, nicely done. Lots of interchanges. Chico scoops it. Oh, there's space here for Savona. What does he do with it? Can't settle it down. Brings it to his left foot. It's all over the place. And another block. McKennie attempts. That's out for a corner now. Laying her in. Can we make something happen? 5 minutes left to add time. I was hoping McKennie would just smash one home. Corners in. Oh, that was a high one. Chico keeps it back in play. Gio thinks we'll score. Yeah, I think we will. Oh, deep in. Savona on it again now. Brings it back. And I wouldn't mind Savona having a little better ball control, cleaning up that part of his game, being more of an offensive threat, but he's playing well. Oh, and from long range, that raises over the bar as well. Chico going for long range. So that's a few long range shots we see now, letting them know that we will take those. So we saw Coop, Fagioli, and now Chico from outside the box. Something that's been missing from this team. And something that certainly needs to be explored a lot more with the low block. All these teams going deep against us. Now Siemens on a counter. He's scooping into the right side. Ball dropping funny, and Seibert going for a long range and raises that one over the bar in response. Three minutes left. This extra time is going fairly quick, actually. McKennie can't get away with it. Wins a throw, though. Ooh, Fagioli. That was kind of a funny pass going to the right side, just smashing it out of the air. Not completely handling that pressure well. Yes, we need to do more in the second half. Well, I'd certainly say so, like score a couple goals. To be fair, if we can get a point out of this game, that's a pretty decent display away from home against one of the better teams in our group. I know this was a lot of the community's concern. Not even Man City so much, more so this Leipzig team. Not finding any space. So Leipzig has parked the bus for the last couple minutes here. I won't expect too much, but we're trying to work in. Cambiasso getting tugged. Not enough for a call this time around. Yeah, they're going to need a halftime talk. Change of approach here. Yildiz. That's a long scoop. Oh, and he has to punch that away. Gulashi. Coop was on that one. Gatti heads it back in. Fagioli with it again. Finds the pass, and it doesn't make it to anybody but the goalkeeper. Final minute now. Very tense. Oh, yeah, man. That was a good cross in, but Gulacci's all over it. Taking his time, last few seconds. Another limp cross in by Leipzig. I think they've given up for this half. 30 seconds. They're just trying to see this out. Go in with the lead. Well-deserved play. Do they deserve the lead overall? I mean, on that one play alone, sure. But they've not been that fun to watch. Really killing the excitement in today's match. But expected. And there's the whistle. Okay. Stop the clock on that one. Get her back to 45 minutes. And we'll get through some of the numbers. Okay. So that's reset, ready to go. Give me a quick sec because I changed screens around here. Get the font mob ready for you. Okay, here we go. So, bit of a mixed bag for both teams. 6s and 7s throughout. Do they have what the injury is? Probably not yet. They do not. We know it's his knee. Nico was his quad, his thigh. Muscle fatigue, I'm assuming Gonzalez. Bremer, I'm hoping there was no twist in that. Very concerning. Leipzig with a couple fake injuries, like a bitch slap to the face, was apparently enough to stop the game for 4 minutes. So McKinney's actually done a lot this match. 10 toes down, Sam McKinney getting these starts, but he hasn't done much since PSV. He's played the ball a lot under pressure. He's been smothered today. He hasn't been given the chance to get a lot, but the fact that he's finding forward passes with all that pressure on him is enough. Now, he only gets 6.6, but I think that's a little disingenuous because he's been grinding it out. Very under the radar type of game. Savon has been elite defensively, yeah, but not what we need offensively. He's not creating that offense, which is the trade-off right now, right? He's an unfinished product. He only gets a 5.8. Again, he's 27 for 27 accurate passes, 37 touches. He's been very involved. He's just an incomplete profile right now, right? It's just what it is. Can't expect over the moon from Savona, but yeah, defensively, no complaints. Di Gregorio doing well. He wasn't going to stop that shot anyways. He only gets a 5.6. Come on. Kalulu doing a pretty decent job. Gatti doing a decent job. I mean, they got called out. That pass over the top was just absolutely insane by Leipzig. Cambiaso's being locked down. We're one-sided, right? That's sort of the problem. They're trying to get Coop to open up on the right. Conceição opening up on the right. It's just everything is so congested, and we're clearly trying to move more down the flanks because the Vlahovic factor. He doesn't create enough of a threat throughout the center. Coop Miners can't do it all alone. They know they can push more support out wide and lock down our wide players. So no surprise that their numbers are low because they haven't been able to do anything offensively. Dal saying, I pray Bremer's not super injured or we are fucked. That'd be a huge loss, obviously, our number one defender. They have Luis in his role. We're probably going to get Luis, sure. Gatti doing amazing. Jeff saying we're weak sauce. Plus, Plus, we should have had a PK. All right, yeah, we'll talk about that. That was bullshit. Is anything on X yet? Let's see. Oh, yeah. All right, let's I'll save that on deck. We'll get over these numbers real quick. We'll talk about that that non-call. Stats are up here. Okay, so 62% possession, XG of 0.72, so higher than their 5.8. Shots 10-5. Shots on target only 1 to their 2. Definitely got to improve that. A few of those are long shots, three, I believe. Big chances, they have the one which they score on. Passing 296 at 94%. Our passing is on point. That has been good. They're 170 at 85. Not horrible. We've committed 5 fouls through their 1. I mean, we'll get to how that might not be true. Corners 2-2. So, I mean, not bad. Our numbers are decent. Not a pen. Studs came in after he shot the ball. Okay, so that's Dash. We're going to look at it. Just give me a second here.
ما مسوش هنا الكرة أنا مسو
No sound. Sorry, I was coughing. Don't be a boomer. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry about that. I just kept on showing this back and forth, like a boomer. I apologize. Yeah. So what I was saying is, well, going off Dash, he's like, Doosan completed his follow through, but his left foot has forward momentum. So his follow through isn't completed. Again, we're talking about still frame bullshit, right? What is the intent? Because you can say the defender's foot is it 23? Who's 23? Let me look this up just so I know who I'm. That's Lukeba. Because he started his follow through before Doosan started kicking the ball, right? So the intent was to challenge that ball. Now the split second is that what VAR's for? Is to take away a player's intent and look at a still frame? Like, no. That's a tough sell for me. 10 toes down saying Doosan doesn't get a chance to follow through. I'm just going back to the intent. That is all what it is to me. What is the intent? And the intent was to go for that ball, which he missed. And this still frame bullshit can F right off. Cluston Cast saying Lukeba doesn't even touch the ball. No. To me now, this is coming down to interpretation of the rules. Obviously, here we're Juve fans. We're going to say, yeah, that was a penalty. Dash is the only one being a devil's advocate about the whole thing. Think of a different angle. No. This is the only angle we have right now. So yeah, this is just before Dusan touches the ball. And that foot is already high. It's already above his foot. It's at ankle level. And his follow through is stopped. Even though the ball's already released. It doesn't matter that foot's already inbound, you know? Foot's inbound. Shots fired. I'm calling that a penalty. You can't standardize what a follow through is, though. If he makes the contact on the ball, it's considered a follow through. But that's what I'm saying. If you can't standardize a rule, it shouldn't be a fucking rule. Rules are standards. If you can't have a standard rule, it's not a rule. It's an interpretation. So that's why, what was the player's intent, which I know is subjective as well. It always comes down to subjectivity. Unless you can say black and white what a rule is, you can't standardize it. Then it's not a rule, Dash. I'm sorry. Your rules suck. UEFA's rules suck. I know it's not Dash's rules, but like your rule sucks if you can't standardize it. Calling it karate. Whatever. Dash, it's you against the world. Because if you want to say, oh, the ball left his foot, it doesn't matter because before Dusan hit the ball, that ankle was already coming inbound, or those cleats were already coming inbound, right? Yeah, it opens up Pandora's box. That's why you have people that make millions of dollars that sit their fat asses down in a boardroom and figure this the fuck out. Because if you're saying that's clean football, then you're an idiot. And now obviously things need to be changed. Because that's a dangerous play. And the whole point of rules in sports at the end of the day, obviously to take away an unfair advantage, but more importantly, is to prevent injuries from people doing dumb shit like this. So all those fat UEFA fucks can sit the fuck down and figure it out. Oscar's in. Hello, how's it going? Dan coming in. How's it going? Now, if refs give that penalty and others don't, what's the point of VAR? And that's the other thing, too. How many times have you seen that called, not called? Your rule and the rule book means absolutely nothing if the people enforcing the laws can't even stay within a certain range of what is considered right, like a certain percentile, let's say. Yes, there's going to be error, but how much error are we allowing? Is it 50% error? Even if it's 80% error, or 20% error, sorry, it's not good. It's got to be like within the top 5 percentile. Like the electronics that you use every day, if they're not within the 5% percentile of each other, it's no good. It doesn't work. We're using technology. The technology still has that 5% allowable difference within it, you know, your transistors, resistors, all that jazz. So what, you're just going to lower that standard by saying, no, I can't interpret the rules, or I make up my rules as I go? Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, Dash. The problem isn't black and white, it's up to interpretation. But where the interpretation shouldn't exist is if it was a dangerous play. What was the intent? It was a dangerous play. And you penalize players for doing stupid things so they stop doing stupid things. That's why they're rules. So you want to interpret let's interpret what it means to be a good human being. Apparently, if you work for UEFA, you're not. Because this is the crap that you allow. You have to standardize that kind of thing. And at the end of the day, you're taking somebody's ankles out. And that's not called, but you stop the play because somebody got the side of a hand in his face, on his cheekbone, the toughest part of your face. Like, this is, come on, man. Come on. Simone, where are you getting Simone Inzaghi to? What I tell you about reading those British newspapers, Dan? They just make shit up. Wait, he's not going to leave Inter to go to that dumpster fire of Manchester United. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll eat another bottle of ketchup if that happens. That's not going to happen. It's insane. If anybody, it's Max Allegri. He's the one that's out of a job. I'm not going to take the guy that just won the league and still doing decent right now and won the Champions League last night. I'm not going to tell him to leave Inter to go to Man United unless they're just going to like toss ridiculous amounts of money and pay him out of his contract. Yeah, Sir Alex recommended Allegri. Now that is something that I read from, well, not a British newspaper, I guess. Man, it's wild. Like, what kind of crap do they print in that country, man? Dal, you live there. All the English people. You just need to like start sending me clips of the newspapers out there so I can laugh at them every day. It's ridiculous. All right, they're making changes, it looks like here. We're about ready to get going. Get my screens. Just ranted the whole halftime about that ridiculous call. Get the scoreboard up and ready. So Baumgartner's out and we get Heinrichs in. All right, let's hope for a better half. Will Jurgen Klopp ever manage a Serie A club? I mean, that is something that's plausible. Can I see it? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, it's possible. I don't think he would, though. Okay, game on. I'm going to get the sync going here. 15 seconds in. All right. And we have sync. Okay. So Cleston Casso saying, I agree as well. No sense for Inzaghi to go to Man U unless they throw like 20 mil at him. No sense leaving a well-balanced team like Inter who can at least fight for Champions League. Yeah, Man U is... No. I think Allegri will have his hands tied up. Well, what are you referencing? Clarify for this. Clarify this for me. Why does UEFA and FIFA allow metal studs on the soccer boots? I'm gonna say it's a traditional thing. That'd be too much clash back. Nice little play. Conceição gets it into. Oh man, the zone today. Does anybody else have a problem? Man, it is fuzzy as hell. Conceição now. Oh, he trips over himself. He keeps on going. Does he keep the ball? Does. Kid's so small, scooped in though. Trying to just throw balls into the box at this point. Makes something. Good pressure. Gatti steps up but doesn't get it. Kalulu pushes his man over. They don't call that one now. Let him play. Yield is on the left. Trying to lose his man. He crosses it in. Oh, it doesn't quite get to any. Every time the ball's in the box, my screen goes fuzzy. Man, these streaming services. Kleston saying, let's go, Forza Juve. And Dan also saying, Forza Juve, come on, guys. Yeah, this is their half. Started off well. And that's another offensive foul. Fajoli getting it this time. A little too physical, it seems. No, I don't know if... No. Unless he clipped his ankles or something, but he was just stepping in behind him. And that's frustrating, right? Because there's a clear push earlier on in the play. And that little bit of contact he gets called on. So makes it hard to read the ref. You don't know how he's going to call from one play to the next. Yeah, Savona did get a cross into the box in the first half. Gatti walking it up into the midfield. No changes at all for you. Well, they already made 2. Oh, Mac. Oh, Coop. Oh, hits the post. Oh, no. Oh, he can't buy him. He gets denied by the post again, and that's McKenny with a cute little chip in. Oh, man. The pass to open up the defense was beautiful. And he just couldn't direct it into that far corner. My Lord. Coop can't believe it either. That was it. That was it. Pressure still on, though. We went back quickly. Waiting for Coop's first goal. Is it one of those days? Let's see. Chico stakes himself out and then puts a nice cross or pass to Cambiasso. And oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. That was Dusan. Oh, man, when it counts, he gets it in. That completely threw me off. It threw Chico off. He deked himself off, deked out the defense, thought he was going right. He had to change direction left, pushed it out left to Coop, crosses in right into Dusan's foot, who volleys it into the back of the net on his left foot. And it's tied up at 1. Ooh, another beautiful play. Or sorry, Cambiasso. That was not Coop. Cambiasso gets that cross in. Whew. Breathe a little now. It's 1-1. Let's go. Mati yelling at the team at halftime, getting them going. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yelling Deshaun. Oh, that was a Deshaun goal, was it not? All right. Well, load her back up. Let's go again. Yeah, that changes things for RB. Mata's very happy with that as well. Don't blame him. We're all happy right now. Pop collared by Dusan. Was he doing the little shirt thing? Great movement by Dusan. And guys, wait for it. Dash is coming in. Savor this. Savor it in. Dash is saying, great run, positioning, and finish. Don't hear that every day. All right, crowd's going, trying to get RB back into it, but they lose the ball. Cambiasso walks away with it, and it's Juve once again. Let's see if they come back again. Let's go. Wow. Trying to dribble it up. Doesn't work out, but the energy is there. Gatti stepping up. Big header. Keeping in play. Just keeping things messy at the moment. Nobody can really control the ball. It's RB's turn to be a little rattled with it. Coop pressing high. Are they going to 2-striker mode here with Coop up there? Is there a formational change? Let's see if anything moved around a little bit here. It is a throw-in now. Savona's going to take it. 21-year-old right back in the Champions League. Having his say. Turtle saying it's a tough game. Yeah, it was always going to be a tough one. Absolutely. A nice little pass. Cambiasso to Fajoli's walking in, takes it long range, and Dusan gets in the way of it. I don't think that was going anywhere. Cleared out for a throw. Yeah, a little bit of an off-pace shot by Fajoli, just going on the back of Dusan. I know what he was thinking, but what was he doing? Don't mind those long shots, though. That's an RB throw. Take their time. They talked about it a lot. Ooh, Openda gets on the end of it. Now they're launching an attack here. Gatti, Openda, and Gatti stops the first one, and the second one floats into the post. Bouncing off Gatti, Openda takes another go at it, but it's still on. Seiwald, crosses it in, and that's cleared off the line for another throw. Things are getting crazy. Dal wants a 3-1. 2 pence for Deshaun. He should have had one. Oh, boy. But yeah, another let off there, and it's still 1-1. That would have been a bad way to concede. Coop trying to get on the end of this, and he gets a penalty. Stop calling those pussy ass fucking calls. He's infurious, wondering what he did. Beautiful cross in by Fajoli. Coop did absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. What is going on today with this ref? Mata's pissed. Even when the commentators are like, what the hell's going on? It's ridiculous. Combi also gives that away in a dangerous spot. Simmons with it. He's still with it. He can't be stripped. Finally lays it off. Dolph saying the German bias is real with this one. Oh, ball in, headed away by Sheshko over the bar. Another little let off again. Kento Zilson, yeah, GG. Oh, Openda, you're complaining now. What, did somebody touch your face again? My God. Go play in Spain. Go play in Spain, you pussy. Fuck, man. RB is really... I'm losing a lot of respect for this team today. Yelling at my screen. They're spit all over the place now. Getting mad. Somebody here to calm me down even. And like German, but this is a French ref. The French don't like the Germans. Unless he's one of those German... Texier. I don't know. That X. Is that one of those like Eastern Frenchmen on the border? Di Gregorio goes long, and that was finally a call. Duchamp gets hauled down like quite clearly there. So, I mean, that goes without saying. They take it quick. Oh man, Dal's counting numbers. But Jolie crosses in, doesn't quite make it. Cambiaso. Oh, Fajoli losing his man. Very nicely done. Brings it to Chaco. Dribbles. Crosses. Dusan puts it on net. And what's the call there? Dusan's collar still popped. Dal saying, so is that 5 goals and 1 assist now for Dusan? Just checking for Dash. I think those numbers are correct. Also saying Dougie and Thuram needs to come on. Yeah, maybe. Oh, nice. Di Gregorio coming out. And Kalulu saves it. That was another high-risk play, but it's okay in the end. Oh, boy. Game stretching out. Keeping us on the edge of our seats at least, and it's exciting in the second half. A couple goals open it up.
You're on video? God, it's so difficult.
And what's happening here? There's a bar check? Everything's pulled back. Okay, let's... Oh, that's from Di Gregorio. They're going all the way back. Oh, I don't think there's any call on that. Di Gregorio actually touched the ball a little bit and didn't touch Openda whatsoever. And it only touched his knee. Did it touch his hand? Okay, it's because if he's out of his box, it does touch his hand. But it goes off his knee first. And they are giving it this time. It's a red card. Oh, man. That's rough because there's a bit of a deflection, but goalkeeper touching with his hand outside of the box. Man. Wow, this is not going at all the way we want it to go today. It is a free kick right on the edge. Purdy coming in. Yeah, this is somebody set up blood pressure game. Keeping us on our toes. Okay, at least it's not an actual penalty kick. That would be extra bad. Yeah, park the bus and counter. That's really all we have at this game. We have to try to save the point. Yildiz is coming off. What else do we have? I saw Dougie. Keenan didn't have the greatest game. All right. Well, still over half an hour, so 30 minutes plus. It's a bit of time. Yeah, Dougie looks like he is coming on. He's talking with the official. Is there like issues here? They can't figure things out. Third arm and stack the midfield. Okay, Dougie is coming on. Seems like the officials there can't sort anything out. And that is 37, I believe that says, Savona. Yep, he is coming off. Fucking clown ass ref in this clown ass league. I know Chevron has something to do with it. Dow saying, holy shit, this is going to be disgusting. There's going to be a lot of extra time on this one as well. Okay, finally we're lining up. Really drawn out here. Probably to our advantage at the end of the day. Looks like Siemens is going to take it. Yeah, this is an excellent position for him. Yeah, Dow. Just as we started playing. McKinney is right back. Maybe. Oh, goes off the wall, deflected heavy, and it's now they're asking for a handball. Man, this team is bitchy. Let's see if there's anything in it. That's Dougie. He did have his arm up, but it was away and tucked a little bit. Dougie does have to be careful with that. They can call that. The way they're looking at things today, they can definitely call that. And they are looking at it. Oh boy, this is just turning into a mess. Just want to see him play and just VAR checks. And he's going to have a look. Oh, boy. That one's up to interpretation. I don't know. It's up to interpretation. I don't know how that's going to go. And it is. It's a penalty. Man. That's a rough one. Yeah. It's just rough because, you know, we can't buy a penalty and they're just giving away like candy. So hard on the emotions. Perny now just coming on as well. Has to come up huge too. Let's see. The tense moments continue now. Sheshko's going to be taking it. Already one on the board. And he puts it in. Oh, that's going to be a rough one. Down a man now. This is super rough. We've wasted so much time just like setting up for all this crap. It's like 10 extra minutes now. Well, if there's anything left in the tank, we got enough of a rest now just sitting there. Yeah, they literally fucked us in 2 minutes. We fucked ourselves too, though. Red card, free kick, and a penalty. Yeah, all at once. How are you done with this team? Like, don't give up on him. Jesus, KB. Yeah, I mean, there's still, I don't know how many minutes left. They just keep on letting this clock run for no reason. Don't you mention that man's name in here, Dal. He's injured anyways. He can't even play. All right. I'll buckle up. Let's see what we get. Game's underway again. Lord DeFilio can't save us like in Roma. Will Dusan shine? He needs the service. Will he get any service at this point? Oh, well, Chico has it on the right. Let's make the magic happen. Okay, well, they keep the ball. Almost given away. Chico, call that a handball now, why don't we? Deshaun has it. Fajoli loses man, steps in, steps over, and gets a shot off. Not a bad look by Fajoli. A bit taken away. Small deflection, but easy save nonetheless. We're going to need these individuals to shine at this point. Openda completely misses that pass. Giving away back to Juve. Can Dougie redeem himself here? Imagine Nico hit that. Oh my God. Luis Chiesa is a better player than Fabio Borini. mean, neither one of them are going to help us either way at this point, right? We got what we got. We just got to hope for a little bit of Deshaun magic. The big question is, does Leipzig just park the bus and settle in, or are they going to try to kill it off? It's a little early, especially knowing how much extra time is going to be on. Probably about still a half hour or so to play. Oh, given away. Here is Deshaun. Taking it long. Puts it in! Deshaun! There's your long shots for you. As it comes in onto the side, Deshaun floats it in long range. Nothing the keeper's doing on that one. Short-handed, and it's now 2-2. Giveaway. Deshaun actually stops the pass from happening. Falls to Chico, who gives it right back to Deshaun. And just floats it in underneath the bar. That was a beautiful goal. No more slander. No more slander. Not today. Not today. He just has to keep that kind of form going. This is what fucking class is. Okay, I'm all in on this team again. Jeez, KB, you're all over the place. Dell's just hammering Dash right now. Where's Dash? Hey, he's kind of quiet. I love it. I love it, though. Because you think you have the advantage. All the calls going your way. And then the magic just comes and bites you in the ass. Yeah, we haven't had a good long shot since probably Weah's BBR. Holland could never. I don't think, eh? Cleston Casso saying Gritty has to keep the form going. He can't score twice today and go missing for 5 days. Yeah, that's really the big thing. We need him to continue to show up every game. Oh, Chico. Oh, man, Chico. That's a foul now. There you go. We're winning it. Man, I love this kid. So blue collar. Anthony saying Dash in the mud. Wow. Counts going by Dow. 6 goals and 1 assist. Calling out the hat trick. He scored 4 in 2 games. But now was out. Chesko blocked off. Kalulu coming in big, but they go again. And that's off the post again by RB. Still with it. And another shot, and it goes wide. RB on the attack. Can't finish it off, and they're shitting their pants now. They should very well be taking the lead up, and man, not to be this time. Oh, Kalulu gets a piece of that. That was going on net. Fajoli, however, giving it back by not getting it out. Cadell calling a Louise goal now. I mean, that would be the redemption arc. Dude, the back line's going to cost us big time this season. That's not supposed to be your back line. No Bremer. You got 2 ball-playing center backs. It's less than ideal. Louise battling, doesn't win it back. Gatti steps in, though. 1 back. Turned around, and here's Coop. Chico stepping over. Changing over to the left, Cambiaso. Takes a bit more centrally, actually. Keep on playing this passing game, and maybe you can get them to bite a little bit. You never know. They might even get a red card and even things up for us. Just get in their heads. Glona Agade. New name. Haven't seen you. Welcome in. Holland and Vlahovic are 2 great footballs, but Holland is a better striker. Yeah, I think overall he's proven to be. It's how much Vlahovic gets paid is what gets him compared to him more so than maybe he should. It's not the current management's fault how much we're paying him, but the numbers are the numbers. You're going to be fucked on the weekend. Oh, Perdine playing with his feet, losing Simmons, nice. All right, few chats coming in. I'm gonna get to them without attempting not to miss too much of the play here for Jolie. Yeah, he keeps it in. Well done. So Dusan does not have to score every game, but you cannot miss movements or not stretch the game or miss touches or be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, it's the complete game that what we want from him. We don't want the moments of greatness, as great as they are, like what we just witnessed, but it's the full 360. Arbitragio di merda. The refs are shit. Bro, he's on 6 goals and 1 assist in 7 games. Yeah, that was going to be fighting this one all night. Wasn't a foul from Coop. Where's Locatelli when you need him? Probably being rested. But Jolie doing well, though. But Dusan Man City, and he does the same, maybe. We've always said it would be interesting to see if we swapped Holland and Dusan, just to see what, how the numbers would look. How much is Holland's wage against, again, it's not even close. Net, he makes less. I think it's like 22 versus 20 mil gross. Katero saying it was a penalty first half on Vlahovic. Pretty much everyone but Dash agrees with you there, Gaetano. All right, Nusa is coming on. And it's Haidara coming off. So they're looking for a goal. They want to win this one, which they should, being up a man. Put in a winger for a midfielder. Deshaun can score long shots and free kicks. Yeah, I guess that's a point for him when comparing to Holland. 45,228 fans in the stadium today. Full house. Yes, Haaland does get more chances. It's true. He does get a lot more chances. How's Vlahovic's second goal at change game after Di Gregorio hand foul? Oh, well, you need to rewind that and have a good hard look at that because it was beautiful. Bayern's losing, eh? Well then. Raum wins it in the midfield. Perdine comes, kicks it out. No nonsense goalkeeping. Back out to Deshaun. Can't control though. Let me look at the Champions League scores here on the side. Bruges winning over Sturm Graz. Benfica beating Atleti 3-0. Zagreb over Monaco 2-0. Lille over Madrid 1-0. Liverpool beating Bologna 2-0. And Villa beating Munich 1-0. Some interesting scores in that one today. We're maybe not the only other higher seeded team struggling today. All right, another free kick in very dangerous area. And here's the fans chanting. The Germans going at it. We have been screwing this game even when Coop was free. Bayern losing. Holland's performance bonuses are top tier. Yeah, performance bonus, I guess. And that free kick goes wide. He's trying direct and did not work out. Simmons not on target. Tano saying we played very good today against the lucky Leipzig. We had a lot of positive points. I mean, we did play all right, but the games started to stack against us. Various reasons, whether you want to throw down conspiracy with it or not. Things weren't going our way, and then they definitely didn't go our way. But yeah, we're still fighting in it. We still got some time, 77 minutes. Honestly, if we come away with a point today, not too bad. Definitely play for the point. Away from home. This was always going to be our toughest game defensively. These are the two best defenses in Europe. Ours is the best. They scored on us from a penalty, not open play. We scored against them on open play shorthanded. So I'm just going to go ahead and say our defense is still clearly the better of the two in this situation until something changes. So that's definitely something to celebrate, I got to say. Now, is that Simmons going? Who's going in the book here? So Chico played the ball out of bounds, which is kind of a dick move. But Rom's yelling at the ref to give this ref's obviously a little bit of a softie because Rom motion give the yellow card and gave the yellow card to Rom. So he doesn't like being talked to, apparently. Telling to Gaetano the goal was pure sex. Oh, here's Simmons dribbling it in. Oh, what a pass to Nusa. And whose foot was that coming in last second? Cambiaso or Kalulu actually gets the foot in. Wow, I was just waiting for that to go in the back of the net. Nusa was completely left alone. Big save by Kalulu. Excuse me. And it's just another corner now. Pressure stays on. I like a lot Gatti, not so much Kalulu, but he is a good player. I mean, well, now as you say that, Kalulu just came out huge, so headed away. Out of bounds. All right. Egan Adams. They really felt Company would beat Emery. Beat Emery. Company as a coach. Emery as a manager and a coach. Okay. That's referencing Villa and Munich. Where is Cabal? Still on the bench. I don't know. We have not heard anything from Cabal. It's just been interesting. He started off, looking like he'd be the starter. And Leipzig comes away with it there, stepping through the midfield. Of course, there's that extra space for him now. Chico tracking back. Endless energy, this kid. I'm loving him. Oh, another dangerous ball into the box. Nusa. I'm saying the wrong names. Finally, Simmons just chips it straight to Perlin, who has been busy since coming on, starting off with a free kick and a penalty kick back to back. But I've been saying it now for a long time. Perlin is the best backup keeper you can possibly have. Still a solid keeper. Doesn't demand much salary-wise. Shows up when he needs to show up. Dal saying, if we win this, Mata and Dashan acknowledge me. WWE. Oh, yeah. That sound bite. Your WWE fans aren't on the comms today, man. Mata the tribal chief. More WWE reference. I'm sorry, I'm not in the know. RB falling on themselves. Here's Deshaun. 1-on-1. And that was a pass. Goes to Chico. I was a little bit confused what happened there. Leipzig coming away with it now after blocking out that pass. Here comes Mac. What a slide. What a slide from Big Mac. Kalulu stepping up with it now. Bombing down the left. Counter attack. Let's go. Settling in now. Fajoli. Chico. Very positive. Oh, cuts in, loses his man. Oh my God! Did I just see that? Wow. Chico just absolutely dummied his man and tucked it in far corner. It is 3-2 Juve. I can't believe I just saw that. Let's hear it up, boys. In the lead, down a man. 8 minutes plus to go. Fuck yeah, it's on. Love this kid. My lord. What a kid. McKennie winning the ball back. Kalulu absolutely bombing off the field, taking that left wing back role out of nowhere. Given to Chico. 2 men on. Just goodbye. See you later. It's 3-2. Man of the match. Give it to him. Which one's I love this. I love the dribble. Absolutely love the dribble. Not to take away from Deshaun's goal there. But that was next level. That was absolutely not. That was a full team effort. Yes, the shout outs coming from Wes. Absolutely. That is the type of play I'd love to see. Tackling, getting it clean, getting it back upfield, defenders stepping up, and your forwards finishing off in absolute pure class. Celebrate it. Now, do we have what it takes to hold on for the win? Let's go. Like Ronaldinho. Yeah, we also had an Isco reference there. Yep. Yeah, this is going to scare teams. Chico's getting the yellow card. See, the whole taking off the jersey when you're still wearing a shirt under. I can't. That's not one of the rules I like. I personally don't see the point of taking their shirt off. I don't get it. It's not one of the girl celebrations I would ever do, but like, you still got a shirt on, man. It's the same color shirt you were wearing. That's the rules, though, for reasons. Yeah, and this is definitely the next man up mentality. Down a man, your number one defender. The man wearing the armband. And one back. There's Mac again. Still up there. Oh, and Chico's hauled down. No call. Leipzig. On the back heel now. Game still open. Cross in. And not enough on that one. Perrine gets the ball out of the air, holding on to it, making a little bit of love with that ball because he knows he just has a few seconds before he has to give it up back onto play, but he's going to kill as much of that time as possible. All right, bro, when you fight adrenaline, you take it off. Kareem? Okay. You take the shirt off, they don't see the sponsor. Yeah. Oh, another giveaway. That was dangerous by Leipzig. Once again, out of bounds, lets them reset, but mistakes piling up now for Leipzig. Vermeeren and Poulsen making an appearance now. Let's see who comes off. Last minute changes now for Leipzig. Zeiwald. Who else? Who else is coming off? Lukeba. Or not my mistake. It's Gertruda, the man coming off. Kalulu, what a monster. Ah, look, there's love coming up for Kalulu now, eh? Remember, Kalulu is 24. Yeah, he is still pretty young too, especially defender status. Yeah, but Leipzig, 3 minutes left, regulation time here, and that's hockey referencing regulation time. I'm bound to say it once in a while. Just going to mix up all the sports terminologies. I watch too many sports. You're just going to have to deal with it. Corner, though. RB is not going to give up. They look a little bit knackered now, though. They're definitely tired out. Cross coming in. Fajoli kicking her down range. That's I don't watch the UFC. I did back in the day, like way back in the day, the 90s. Come on, Dougie. I don't know what you're doing there. He put it out for another corner. Put the ref in an ankle pick. What do you mean? Like a sexual ankle pick? What kind of weird stuff you into, man? All right, 88 minutes down. Another corner. And comes in, head down. And they'll have to go again. Holding on now. Interested to see how much is added in. Gatti stepping forward again to head that away. Oh, Dash is here. And headed in. Perlin once again solid. How's it going, Dash?
I missed almost like the last 20 minutes, and I just saw the box score, and I had to come in and chuckle because I watched. I just caught up, so it's. I'm sorry for Leipzig, but y'all fumbled this one. That's all I'm gonna say.
They fucked up, son.
Yeah, Cisco did the. I like to call that the FU dribble to their center back there. But
here's the shot here. No, it's a call. Sorry.
I know it's fine. I think it's you know what I think is really funny is the things that I've been criticizing a certain individual for the last couple of months now, and he did the things that I said he needs to do, and oh my gosh, look at that, he scored twice.
Yeah, he did start off a little sloppy though. He had a couple whiffs, and I was concerned.
He did, but I think the thing that's big about this game is that he adjusted, which I didn't expect him to. Because, like, for example, the first one, great run up, great everything. The second one, he had the space, he took the shot. Like, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Daw's been chirping you all game, by the way.
Well, I mean, he can get mad all he wants. Because it's funny, because, like, I can sit there and I'm like, oh, wow, everyone finally proved him wrong. No, not really. He did what I said he needed to do. Like, what do you want me to say now?
Well, we're about to see how many added minutes we have here. This is going to be a tense final few. I'm expecting a lot. There were 7 in the first half.
I do think the refereeing in this game was absolutely atrocious.
Oh, well, that's what you get when you employ the French. 9 minutes added. Wow, people seem to love you, Dash. They're all excited you're here. Should come more often.
Well, I mean, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, you know, scheduling sucks. But this was one of those, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say it caught me off guard, but there was a lot of adjustments that happened that were, you know, pretty awesome, right? Like that's how you, like, for example, how they scored the first equalizer was textbook how to break a low block. A lot of shifting, a lot of pandemonium, and then again, you get a free run, you redirect something into the box, and you get your goal. And then again, that was just a bad mistake by De Gregorio, in my opinion. But again, you know, you go down, and then same thing with the Dougie Luis. Like, Douglas Luis should not be in any walls or anything like that ever again, because that was atrocious.
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow,
they cannot get a header, Leipzig. They cross after cross, and they're just throwing them away.
I think they're demoralized at this point. Like, you concede. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Like, we have a man advantage and we conceded 2.
That's fairly embarrassing, not gonna lie. At home with that insane crowd behind.
And out of all people, you let Dusan score a brace.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the amount of mistakes, it was bound to pile up on them. You can't make those mistakes up, man, especially in those danger zones. But man,
well, that's like it was sloppy by both teams. Like for example, with Juve does that against a more seasoned, more experienced team. You're gonna get punished. I
There's
mean, like
another-
I'm not here to not.
They get these soft fouls, man. Like it's never going Juve's way. And then as soon as
So
Aaron arm
this
goes into
is-
Leipzig,
So this is where like, for example, I'm a little bit frustrated with it, right? So like, for example, with ours, I played the devil's advocate. I understand, like, for example, the no call, right? But then you go and you completely flip the script, right? Where then I'm just kind of like, well, what the hell is this kind of interpretation? Like, this isn't a consistent interpretation. And this is where I have my issue with contact fouls. And unfortunately, I was in a meeting and I was trying to like text while like also listen at the same time. But like when you look at it, right, or it's like what constitutes a follow through, and that's where I kind of had it where I'm like, that's up to interpretation right now. Because like for example, you could see it from my angle, it's a follow through, it's a side footed follow through. You don't need to move your foot forward that much. But then it's like I look at some of the other stuff that was called after, and I'm like, okay, so you chose one way with ours, and then you completely flipped the script on the other way. Where I'm like, that's poor consistency.
I'm cutting you off. Perrine just comes up big. Another ball into the box. RB just trying to throw something at the net, and they're throwing at it, but not this time. Perrine there for the one-time save, and it's still 3-2 lead. Minutes left of this one. Chico, I love this from Reggie. Chico abused that defense. Yeah, like that was abusive what he did. Did you catch that?
I'm not watching it. I'm just dedicating my phone to the StreamYard right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think abusive is probably the right adjective for that because they're both crying home to mama tonight after what he did to them.
Yeah, that Cisco dribble was insane.
Delsing Deshaun on for the 30 goals assists. He's at 7.
All I'm going to say for Dahl is 24 more.
Keep on counting, boys. I'm here for it. So Bayern, that's not over yet, is it? Full time? Yeah, Bayern lose. Liverpool win. They'll win. So Madrid loses today too. That's big.
So, yeah, that's a very big result too. The other thing too that I think you can take away from this match as well is two things happen. One, you broke the low block.
Oh, another huge block on Biasso. Red Bull attacking with everything they have. Last man back consistently. No doors open. Another let off. And we continue to hold this lead. Man, why are you not home watching this?
I'm literally driving in between locations right now, so I was like, here, let me try to contribute a little bit, so I'm not the slacker here. But the other thing too, there's a couple of takeaways that you can take from this game, right? So one, you finally broke a low block while you were down a goal, and then two, you broke the low block again, down a goal and a man. So I think from a tactical perspective and from a player personnel perspective, there's a lot of things where I think you can potentially move the goalposts on expectations, I would say. Obviously, don't shoot for the moon just yet. However, this is the Dusan you need consistently. Like, this is what you need him to produce. Like, for example, this is what was my biggest critique was you need a moment like this where you need, again, you're down a man or you need some kind of sauce out of nowhere. Where it's not like a ball delivered in a silver platter. It's take the ball, create something out of nothing. And both of those goals were sauce out of nothing. So, like, for example, if you're able...
Big Mac slide tackle to create that. That was what that was.
And if you're able for him to contribute at moments like this consistently, I think you can go pretty far in a lot of competitions this season. I think you can hold your head up high with a lot of things. But the other thing too, and this might be into on the contrary or not favorable by other folks, is Yildiz did not look good today.
No, he didn't look the best. Nobody looked that great until honestly we started.
Conceição came in.
Well, he came on early. Oh, another stolen dangerous area. Gatti puts it up. Man, it's all on attack right now for Red Bull. 2 minutes left. Everyone on the pitch is completely knackered at this point. But no, it's when we started losing that advantage. Oh, another huge save. Gatti clears it down. Oh man, this game will not end. But no, it's when we went down, man. When we had those 3 calls against us in 2 minutes, essentially, we went down, and it's just the Fino Alafina kicked him. It's just like, no, not today, boys.
Yeah, it definitely, you could definitely see a mentality shift, because that was probably like, I would say 3 minutes of pure shithousery. Just because, like, for example, I was confused on some of the things. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too lenient, but like, would Di Gregorio's foul really constitute a red card?
So the technicality is if the goalie touches it with his hand outside of his box, it's definitely a penalty. Does the rule book say it's a red card immediately?
It's a foul. It's a foul, but like, you could
'Cause it
also
went off his
debate
knee.
whether or not. Yeah, so it went off his knee and into his hand, right?
But his hand was out again. Like, you start interpreting the rules.
No. Yeah. No, I understand, Dave. But like, for example, again, this is where I think the referee took that a little bit harshly. Because, like, for example, if it deflects off his body and then it makes contact with the hand, I would say a yellow at most. But like, I think a red would have been a little bit too extreme in that situation. Where it's like, for example, the only time I would have seen a red card be applicable is if Di Gregorio like legitimately swatted it, right? Where if there's like a pure intent to play the ball with the hand.
Oh, we're back to the intent thing again. Yeah. Seconds left.
Ooh. Ruffled
All right,
your jimmies much, but
yeah, let's see this out. Let's count down 8 seconds left on the clock. RB with it. They're going long. They're going deep. Mac is there. Somebody get to it. Oh, it's cleared off the line. Whistle. Where's the whistle? 9 minutes pass now. Nusa with it. Chips it in.
did you say
Nusa's playing, and Perrin has it in his hand, and we're waiting for the whistle.
how many minutes of stoppage time?
9. We're at 9 minutes and 20 seconds currently.
What in the ass?
And that's it.
What
We
is this,
win.
the World Cup?
We freaking win it, boys. 3-2, down a man. And Perrin also just picking up a yellow card as we spoke. Both keepers with a card. And that is...
Hey, if he gets Pensolio the next match, that'd be fucking comical.
Oh, man. How happy is everyone right now? I think we're pretty ecstatic. Smiles on my face for sure. I'm assuming your face. We are the big team that did win today. So screw you, Madrid. Screw you, Bayern Munich. Screw you, RB Leipzig, and your shitty sponsor. We win.
I was just saying, put it on the Max Verstappen doll. Where did Max Verstappen hurt you?
Yeah, that's what happens when you. That's what you get for firing Danny Ricciardo. F1's favorite driver, just fuck you, Red Bull. But honestly, despite our downfalls, our red cards, our transgressions, we did come back together as a full team, a full 10-man team, and we won it. Like, I'm a little bit in disbelief after this one. And a disaster referee.
Yeah. The referee was atrocious. Like, you know me, I hate really blasting or talking about the referee, but in this case, the referee was absolute dog shit. This is a good thing as far as, like, for example, this team got tested twice today and they passed. This was the first time they were down a goal, came back. First time they were down a man, came back. And then again in hostile territory, they went down twice, equalized 2 times, went on to win it. I just, it's one of those things where it's a great sign to see off early. Now it's just, can they ride that momentum into Serie A this weekend and win again and try to hope that Napoli drops a point? I think I've seen, like, for example, now I've kind of seen what I've needed, even though, like, I know people want to wait for sample size, but I think I can kind of get the gist of how certain things are falling together and how certain things are. And Hopefully Mata sees certain aspects of it too,
Mhm.
where it will build off of, and it's just now it's maintaining that consistency. Or like for example, if one player drops off, another player picks up. Like for example, right now, Nico's kind of been Conceição's picked up. So now it's just more so like it seems like Yildiz might be going in a little bit of a rut. Now it's just let's see if that goes. Because like for example, from the midfield perspective, I think the midfield is solid, though we did get overrun a little bit by Leipzig in the first half in the middle of the pitch, and I think that
They
the starting
overloaded too,
selection was a
though.
little bit
Yeah, that's what they were
Yeah,
trying
they
to do,
overloaded
though.
it, but you also I think like for example, and people might kill me for this one, but I think you should have started Locatelli over Fagioli.
I agree, but I'm
I
just
think you
assuming
should
there's a
have.
rotational piece there. I think is what's going on.
Yeah,
Fajoli
there is, but he did okay. But like when you're getting overran by physicality in the middle of the park, I think you're better off playing Locatelli, who right now is on a hot hand with playing secure and safe passes. Where it's just like my concern is I always have a fear when Fagioli plays against physical players. It's just that they seem to always have like an arm up on them for it. So that's why I was been a better selection for that. I'm just kind of curious right now is what the hell is McKennie doing in training to consistently earn a starting spot? Am I upset? Like I'm not hating on him for it, but I'm just like genuinely curious because
He
like
is
apparently
grinding it
McKennie
out.
has just been killing it in training.
He is the most blue collar, and Chico as well. I got to give Chico a lot of credit for the way he's just grinding things out. But to have two players now, like Big Mac and Chico, who just, even when they're down, they're still playing the ball and not crying and looking for fouls. They just keep on grinding out. And honestly, McKennie is what created that last goal. And Chico as well.
Yeah,
Just
well,
throughout
the
the
tackle.
game. Just throughout this game, Chico's being just unstoppable. Like he's breakdancing. You take him down, and he's still moving around and spinning and just getting that ball back. It's exactly what I love to see in a player.
Well, and it's like you think about it, right? Where it's just like, holy smokes! Go ahead, Dave.
I was just reading comments. We dominated Leipzig in 11, and after we had incredible spirit. Yeah. Okay, sir, go ahead. Just ripping through comments, putting them up on screen.
Yeah. I think it's because you might, if anyone has anything, you might have to read the comment out to me because I can't see them. But I think it's again like, for example, if my only thing is if McKennie was only like 2 or 5% more technically gifted, he would probably be an absolute monster.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get elite, right? And that's the couple percent.
Because like the thing is, right, is just like his motor, his physicality, his like, you know, people control McKennie all they want, but like the dude IQ wise, when it comes to understanding where to intercept, where to be, where to make tackles and stuff like that, like that dude is sharp when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, he eats a. No,
like,
of course, but like for
because
example,
like Kalulu as well today, right? Like people at the beginning of the match, you know, a couple negative comments towards Kalulu. At the end of the match, were like, "Oh, I love this kid."
I didn't understand why there would be negative comments towards Kalulu. Like the first goal wasn't his fault.
I think a lot because, especially with Gatti, you now have two ball-playing defenders. You don't have that anchor point of Bremer, and it was a little sloppy, which is kind of understandable.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Like, folks, you got to understand when you have two substitutions right off rip, your entire game plan changes. Like the way that who you're man marking, what you're markings, your zonal coverage, where you're moving the ball, how you're doing it. Like it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to adjust if you do an injury substitution in the first half. Like there isn't like, yeah, there's like scripts or potentials like, oh, if this happens, do this. But like, for example, when you have like Bremer, who's been an Iron Man per se, when he gets injured, you're kind of like, oh, fuck. Like you have to adjust quickly. But the issue is like, yeah, you put in Gatti and whatnot, and Gatti isn't technically at 100%, though he showed it today. There's an adjustment period, right? So like for them, they're able to really get a goal off of us kind of struggling to make the adjustments and to settle in because like, for example, usually off a game, it takes about 15 minutes to 20 minutes to really settle and get a feel for your opponent. But then when you have an injury, multiple injuries within, if you make 2 substitutions, you kind of have to get into that readjustment period, especially when your substitutions are not like for like players, where it's like, yeah, you subbed a defender and a winger, but like, for example, the player profiles of both of those players are exceptionally different. So like,
Well,
for
you
example, Gatti and Bremer.
Well, you asked
Go
him
ahead.
Kalulu initially with Bremer to be the ball player, and then Gatti comes in, who is basically a midfielder.
Is the ball player.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Kalulu's like, okay, well now I have to be the anchor.
And it's just like,
complete adjustment.
what do I do? Yeah. For him, it's like, what do I do at this point? And then it's like, Kalulu's also really short. And then, like, for example, he's used to packages with him and Bremer, right? Versus him and Gatti, and then also playing at the right. So, because like the first goal they scored was with 2 things. One, a really great through ball and a really great finish by Leipzig. But the other thing is it was, poor zonal marking because the defenders were a little bit out of sorts. And that's why you saw a lot of mistakes or gaffes at the back, because it's just they weren't settled, they weren't adjusted. Leipzig saw that and they exposed it in a sense. But you kind of saw towards the second half, or even towards the later stages of the first half, where Juve was able to adjust to it and really lock it down tactically. Obviously, like, for example, to be honest with you, I don't consider a PK a breakdown of the defense, especially the way that
the way
PK
it
was.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a free kick on the edge of the box that ends up being a PK, right? Like, that wasn't that, oh my God, Leipzig entirely broke us down and yada yada. No. They locked Leipzig down after that first goal. Like, after the open play goal, it was essentially a lockdown per se. Gosh, man, that was probably the weirdest 3 minutes ever. And I mean, to even like put a bow on it, you have an absolute worldly shot by Dusan in stride from outside the box.
Well, process
Like,
he's saying, what do these Germans need to win? Referee, it says KO support. Anyways, the referee given all the support, the man bandage decision on their favor, questionable decision against Juve, and nothing seems to win against this invincible Juve. Yeah, like everything was going against us. The complete, like we were swimming against the waves, and no matter, we did it anyways. Individual brilliance, team brilliance.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you have a system that gets you in place for you to do individual brilliance, right? Where this is where I'll kind of essentially give a nod to Motta over Allegri, right? Where it's like Allegri, defensively was great as far as organizing things defensively, but Motta has these players in a system where they're able to it's easier for them to make plays or to have standout performances, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Allegri, it's a lot more difficult to have moments like this. Like back then, it would just be maybe one player that would have the moment, right? Like Rabiot. Or it's like today, right? You had 2 moments. You had Dusan that was able to read the defensive line, cut in front, get a tap into the net. And then again, for him to read where the defense is, take a shot from outside the box. And then, like, for example, the system, again, puts Conceição in a one-on-one on the wing, and then he burned the guy and absolutely killed the goalkeeper with that finish.
It was technically a 2-on-1. But like the higher defender, the midfielder, just kind of like, it's like, I can't catch him. I'm just giving up.
He's like, I'm already dead. But that's where I'm gonna give, like, for example, Motta the feather in his cap over Max, and that's the thing that I think Motta does well, is that Motta is able to put numerous players to individually succeed. Whereas, like, for example, Max would do it for the collective. One person would succeed in essentially in sacrifice of the collective. So that's where there's a huge polar opposite difference, because like right now you're seeing the Motta and Allegri pictures where it's like, I think, yeah, sure, like Motta's pragmatic, but I think where Motta has a huge edge over Allegri, and this again, we're an Allegri, like a pro Allegri channel, but here we are bashing him. Is that Motta knows how to put multiple players in individualistic positions where they're able to flare and show their abilities, right? And I think that's where you're going to see the main difference.
Well, we want to see more of this going forward, that's for sure. I hope this really does kick things off. Just a question from Gaetano. I know we mentioned it about Yildiz. Yeah, Yildiz, small guy in a congested space. He's one of those guys that needs to figure out how to break down a block as well. He's still young. He's still raw.
The other thing too, he's small. He needs
Yes,
to meet up. He needs to meet up with Dahl in the gym and just start pumping because Dahl will get him swole.
his numbers
But
weren't bad, but yeah, it's going up against a physical team like today, congested space. It's tough for him.
Exactly. It's the same thing as Sule, right? Like Sule and Yildiz are, I don't want to say they're identical, but like profile wise, like size, dimensions, and the play style is similar. Obviously, I would say Yildiz is a better player than Sule. But like for example, they both have the same weakness where you just need a physical player to man mark them and they can essentially be taken out of the game. Whereas like for example, the difference between Conceição and Yildiz is Conceição has like lightning quick pace, right? Where if Conceição gets the ball, he could easily burn you if you're not paying attention. Where it's just, again, low center of gravity, explosiveness off the ball. Conceição is cooking you if you're not careful. Where it's like with Yildiz to me doesn't have that explosive burst off the ball. Whereas like Yildiz will sauce you if you're taking him lightly. He'll give you the barbecue sauce, but I think his biggest weakness right now is because he doesn't have the pace to put the ball into open space. Like, for example, if Yildiz had Chiesa's pace, I think Yildiz would be an absolute monster right now. Because, like, Yildiz has all the other intangibles, but I think right now the main thing that Yildiz is missing is just that straight explosiveness off the ball.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Get bigger at the gym for sure. Still only 19, 20. Yeah, he's got a bit to grow, and hopefully he does. We talked about him before, kind of young to get the number 10. Still has a bit to prove. Not to say he doesn't deserve it, but these are those moments where you kind of see those holes in his game, those areas where he needs to improve, and I'm convinced he will.
Yeah, it's not detrimental, right? Like for example, it isn't, right? And to be linear, right? Like for example, my issue with Dusan was like, for example, there's exploits to his game. He keeps doing the same thing that is his weakness without really going to his strengths. That's where I was starting to get a little bit frustrated, right? Like for example, in the first half prior to what he did, right? There's plenty of instances where you saw him hugging the center back and not really being mobile or adjusting or dropping down or moving into it. And then, like for example, he would get what I like to call cold touches, where if you're not involved in the play and then the ball starts coming to you, you start making really bad passes, bad touches, bad control. Where it's like I saw a little bit more in the second half where he's like, "Hey, let me move in, let me get involved, let me shift around a little bit, let me get an understanding of things." And then when he does that, he gets the positioning. He understands, "Hey, I need to cut in front of the center back so I can get a shot on target." And then same thing with the second goal where it's just like, hey, they're giving me space. Let me go for it. Maybe it was just when he kicked the shit out of that guy's studs. He's just like, maybe I should stop doing this.
Which guy's studs are we talking about? Not the same studs that.
The one that should have been a pen that wasn't.
Yeah,
a pen.
that one. Yeah. Okay, just making sure those are the studs we're talking about here. Lots to talk about. I think that's really the takeaway is that there is a lot to talk about. There's gonna be just the media, the footballing media in general, is going to be wanting to talk about this game. Mata's been getting a lot of press time. Juve in general has been getting press time from on the continent, from IFTV, from HITC Stevens, just these big, medium, small content creators all over. This is just another game that everyone's going to be all over, and I can't wait to just like soak all that in.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to deal with all the cornball fans, though. That's the issue too.
Oh yeah,
because like for
but
example,
I'd rather have that than lose.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but like I don't know, maybe I'm just used to the community that we have, where it's just like we've always had like a tight knit community. Now we're just gonna get a bunch of cornball people coming in. Like IFTV good, IFTV good. Juve do the hipster ball. Juve gonna win the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's the thing though. This isn't hipster ball though. This was like blue collar grinding it out.
No, it is. It is. No. I understand that it is, but that's what I'm saying. Like you'll have those folks that'll sit there and start clapping like a seal because like, oh my gosh, IFTV told me hipster ball.
That's fine. They can come here and maybe get a different perspective on life. That's why there's different content creators, right? We all kind of go at it. We got to
open up a clinic. Open up a rehab clinic at this point.
The IFTV rehab.
Yeah, we're on the doll. Did Max touch you?
All right. Well, a bunch of you guys have come in, which is super exciting. Chat's good. So please do not forget to like and subscribe because it's super important to run a channel here. It keeps us going, keeps us in the algorithm. The algorithm basically hates people that don't like videos. So don't be somebody that the algorithm hates, essentially.
Yeah. I say, Dave, is there any questions from the chat or anything like that? Because I can't read anything right now.
No, I mean, Jeff was asking for your take on Doosan, which you already did give. And Jeff, I mean, stop poking the bear, man.
Seriously though, like, no, honest take though, night and day from what I saw over the weekend. Complete night and day performance. This is what you want to see.
The whole team felt different after. Okay, not the first half. At the 60th, whenever that penalty happened, that's when things got real. And maybe that is the adversity that we needed in this season to really get us going, to really be those title contenders. Because otherwise, we were sort of on cruise control, you know? It felt good, but it was a little too easy. So I'm glad this happened with the outcome that we got out of it. It could only mean good things going down the line for our mentality, for our ambition.
Yeah, I think the big thing that I think we're all going to probably be looking at is the extent of what happened to Bremer. I really, for me, I'm concerned. I hope it's not ACL. I can live with a meniscus injury because at least he'll be out until January.
Unless you're Milik, then you just keep on getting surgery.
Yeah, that guy probably has no cartilage in his knee at this point. But yeah, that one concerned me because he got Bremer wasn't expected to get manhandled like that, but the way that he did and he landed awkwardly, I'm just like, oh shit.
He landed straight down. I don't know if there's any twisting. Now the good news is that we're live tomorrow night, our normal Thursday time, so we should have an answer then to report on.
We might have something, right? I don't know if it's going to be a definitive answer.
It's something. We'll have something. Nico, Bremer, huge losses, and that just adds to the whole storyline of today. Is within 10 minutes you lose two of your star players.
Let me throw this at you guys. Is Nico really that big of a loss?
For depth, sure.
Outside of depth, just look at it from a contribution perspective. Is he that big of a loss? And this isn't me trying to troll or hate or anything like that, but from a production, have an honest discussion from a production perspective. Is he really that big of a loss? Maybe Conceição's best attributes is coming off the bench, but today isn't a coming off the bench. He played for practically 75, 80 minutes?
80, yeah. 80. Well, 80 plus 7 minutes plus 9 minutes. So that's another 16 minutes added on. So basically played a full game.
So that's where I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm oh, good Lord, another Fiorentina winger. But at this current moment, would he be is he considered that much of a loss? Where I think right now I'd better play the hot hand in Conceição.
Well, I like Chico better, but regardless, I think it is a loss just for the depth piece, but also we saw people really break out today, start breaking out their shell. That's what we've expected, what we predicted going down the line, that it's going to take a couple months for this team to really get going. And if Nico is out with injury for an extended period of time, that's going to be detrimental to that momentum. It's going to set him back. So the potential, at least, is there for it being a loss, just in terms of progression. So I'm upset with it in any case. If you want to just say FC 25, I lost my player, just put in the next guy with similar. I mean, sure. I mean, not a huge loss, but I think in terms of the overall team and the development of the individuals in that team, that's a loss for sure. He's our backup behind as well. Yeah.
I do think that and we'll probably touch on this tomorrow, but I do think that we need to look at a couple of things, right? For example, I think we need to look at the backup striker position now with Milik being gone. I think that's huge because, to the contrary of many, I don't think Dusan can play 60 games.
No,
I don't think he physically can.
No, and he's been healthy for a while now, but he hasn't always been. So yeah, we need somebody else.
It's because he never ran these past couple of games until today.
Oh shit!
I'm just trolling. I'm trolling.
All right.
But
Well, let's see. Let's save
in
it for
all-
tomorrow. In any case, because there's so much to talk about, and I mean, Gio is going live in a little bit as well, in a couple minutes. I have been holding in a piss for over an hour.
Say, why doesn't he just special guest with us tomorrow?
We can ask him. Yeah, we can.
Really?
Yeah, all right.
Because German Dave is going to be out on vacation, or not vacation, birthday or whatever.
Workation,
Something
whatever
like that.
he's doing.
Workation.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
maybe we just get we bring Gio, special guest Gio tomorrow. Bam! Look at that booking
Bam.
on
Yeah.
the fly.
If he's not busy, of course, we'll ask. Try to do that. Yeah, we'll continue that discussion for sure on Nico. I want to get everyone involved with that as much as we can. Yeah, there's going to be a few talking points. The injuries are the biggest. I don't know. It's time for me to walk the dogs and just digest everything that just happened today, because
Yeah,
it's a lot.
See, and also viewers, don't say that I don't love you guys, because I even hopped on StreamYard while driving, so all hands free.
Even though we don't condone such a thing,
we don't condone anything like that besides hands-free driving, kids. Hands-free driving.
All right. On that note, everyone check out Juve Cornercast. He is going live in 3 minutes or so. It was an absolute pleasure going through all the highs and lows with you today. Yeah, I'm just my brain's rattled. I'm ready to just whoosah the fuck out.
Dave's all tuckered out, everybody.
All tuckered out. This old man needs a nap. All right, Dash, thanks for joining in, even though your schedule was not nice to you today. Dave's fucking as well. So it is what it is. That's why we have 3 of us. One of us will be here. All right. On that note, guys, thank you very much for joining in. Like, subscribe. Join us tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central European. And yeah, we have so much to discuss. So until then, thank you very much, and catch you on the next one.